Hi guys, I'm Aurena.fohler. I'm a psychic, I'm a medium, I'm a multidimensional being. I'm able to see and read energies, and I work on all levels: childhood, past life, interdimensional, body, mind and soul. Today I would like to talk about how do you know and how can you meet your soulmate. I know people out there, they're looking for their twin flame, soulmate, partner for life. But there's so many little, most important elements missing, which no one is talking about. And it's also about the race, which I would like, the culture mixture. I would like to talk about those things for a bit. I want to tell a little story. When I was 18, I'm just, I think it's important. Don't think like, what is she talking about now? But for all the women, all the men out there, it's really important, okay? Now, when I was 12, I got my period. So I always had I would lose a lot of blood, but then when I started doing my apprenticeship, I would like sleep 15 hours a day because I had less iron in my blood. And then I was like feeling really miserable and tired all the time, and if I would go to the doctor and he would inject me iron, it wouldn't help because my body didn't absorb it because I had a very heavy bleeding period, right? So then I went to the gynecologist, and he said, girlie, and it was not about having sex, it was just my whole body was messed up and I was a mess and I was like feeling miserable and I couldn't perform the way I wanted to perform at work. So then the gynecologist, he said, okay, I'm going to give you the pill. It will harmonize and balance your hormones. And I was like, okay, fine, because I didn't know any better. And I took it, and yes, my period and the bleeding got better. And when I had my boyfriend when I was 19, I was dating him for 1 year, and then I felt something about my body is wrong. I'm not feeling good. I don't like this pill. I know it's full of hormones, and I just knew in my body, I knew my soul was like fighting in it. I was like, no, I don't want to take it anymore. So I stopped using it. And guess what? I couldn't smell my boyfriend anymore. And that was the worst, realizing how my body was reacting after I stopped taking the pill. It was like my whole body was cleansing, and I couldn't smell certain people anymore. I couldn't stand his voice, the way he was acting, nor how he was talking. It was terrible, and I had to leave him, and I'm so glad I left him. And do you know why? First of all guys out there, if you go to the gym and you're taking pheromones and hormones and whatever to build up your muscles, remember, and you're looking for your soulmate, can you smell the person in front of you? Can you hear do you like their sound of the voice? Do you like the way they express themselves? Do you like the way they dress and they act and they behave? You know, I just love that perfume, Hugo Boss. I just love it. And even if a guy in front of me is the most ugly person, but he uses that, I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel like, oh, it smells so good. And you know what? The perfume industry is working with hormones, and it's changing the way how we smell things and what reaches our brain, and then the nerves and the chemistry. It's like we say when we're looking for our soulmate, the person we want to get married, it's like, is there chemistry? The chemistry is like nuclear, little tiny reactions in our nerves, in our brain, in our glands. And the glands are so important in us because they're helping us to find our soulmate. But if we use hormones and pheromones and whatever, how can we smell and know who's our soulmate? So I would suggest leave that aside. There's something called maca, that is, it balances the hormones for women and male. It's a root from Peru. You can use that. It's very natural. It's a herb. You don't have to use the pill. And if you want to increase your muscles and you're going to the gym, believe me, there are some people out there, they eat and drink very healthy. And the question is, can't you love yourself the way you are? Because you want to attract someone who loves you for who you are. And why do you want to be like everyone else? You can be sporty and slim. You can slim, and you can be very sporty. And if you're a guy out there, and you can have lots of muscles because you're born naturally with it. And isn't that beautiful that we are all different? I mean, look into the nature. Are all the birds the same? Are all the animals the same? Are all the trees and flowers the same? No, and that makes it so special. Your soulmate is going to be unique. You are going to be unique, and that's why you find each other. And you can find and see the soul and the light in someone else if they love themselves, if you love yourself. Leave the hormones aside so that you can actually get the real smell of another human being. And when you have a date that you know, hey, you can smell that person, and that's an indicator that that person is from your soul family, from your soul tribe. Leave the perfume aside. I'm not saying be smelly and stinky, no, but use aroma oils, and your body and what is producing hormones by itself, and you're using it with the aroma oils, you will locate your soulmate. You will know who's that person. I'm attracting very different men now because most of the men I can't even smell, and I have one person I love so much, and I just love his smell, the way he smells, and he's not using any perfume, and I love that about him. He smells so good. He's using sandalwood soap, and I'm using aroma oils, and I'm 100% sure he didn't tell me, but I'm sure that he can smell me. So, so if you're looking for your soulmate out there, please get rid of all that garbage and rubbish and chemicals, and it's about, do you like the voice of the person? Do you like the smell of that person? Do you like the way they act and they are with you? That's most important. And then you meet your soulmate. And just be yourself, be unique, and allow yourself to be loved for who you are, and allow yourself to love a person who's not like everyone else. And that's real marriage made in heaven. And I just wanted to talk about, very briefly, about when there are two cultures and you're from two different cultures, that to keep the culture and the breed pure, that's not true. It used to be in old ancient time, the Indians, in the Hindu culture, we have those gods, but those gods used to be from different planetary systems. And they have very high psychic abilities, and they got married between their race because they wanted to keep their psychic supernatural powers within themselves, because they knew if they're going to get married to humanoids, that their vibration goes down. And that's written and proven in history books, you can find that even the royalty, the people, they came from the gods, but later on they were humans. And they got married between themselves to keep the bloodline pure. But do you know that they got sickness, they got the bleeding sickness, like when they had a cut, that wouldn't stop bleeding. They couldn't get married to each other anymore because they had an enemy, they had a lot of sicknesses which comes from incest. And even the Roman people used to kidnap the Vikings, they used to kidnap women, strong women from other cultures, to mix their blood to create a new breed which was stronger. Like mixed children are always very strong, very beautiful, very intelligent. Please remember that if you're from different cultures and you're falling in love with a man or a woman from a different culture, different country, please follow and listen to your heart, because your soul will react. The moment you meet someone and you don't like them, your body will squish and you will feel really awkward and you don't feel yourself. You feel like you don't like to be around that person. You don't like them touching you. So your soul is connected to your body, and your body will react when you meet the right person. You will just love being close to them. You will just love being touched by them. And you will just love being next to them all the time, and not just because you feel and you think, oh, you have to be with a man from the same culture, you have to be a woman from the same religion. I love you guys so much, and it's always important to know that the true roots, the source of love, is always the heart. And remember, be honest and truthful to yourself, love yourself for who you are, And be different. A friend of mine, she guides me right now for certain healing processes. She said, her name is Siri. She said, if you want different things, be different. And that's true. And we're always scared of being different. Don't be like everyone. Be unique. I love you. Bye.